EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Right off the bat, a chunk play into enemy territory.
And I don't care how you plan for it. I don't care what you see on tape where you think you can get that type of a play. That's still a great rush and a little bit of a surprise to break off a run like that this early in the game.
The ball carrier.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that will be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
This will be taken at the 13. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The throw there finding its way to Boyle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Mixon with a first down carry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
First down, Ravens.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
The tackle made.
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown there to make the grab. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. A long way to go in this one. I'm sure that's not the only score we'll see today, but to jump out like that, very good.
Yeah, everyone wants to set the pace. You know, in a game like this, you want people chasing you. You don't want to be the team chasing them. That's exactly what they did.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2? And he's got daylight. It's a foot race past the 20. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
They run with Taylor. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
Brings up second down.
Taylor. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
The play brings up 3rd and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. And it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
25-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Now Joe Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete.
Jackson on the keeper. Incomplete on the throwaway. It's third.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that'll bring up fourth down as his Cincy defense stands up on third.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Taken about 7 yards deep and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
No gain on the play.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he will have a Ravens first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Now Jackson. Man on the left side is Brown. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Yeah, they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He may try and run for this. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
At the 36-yard line.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
He had 5 catches in the wild card win, and that's his 5th here, and it's good for a first down.
First down, Baltimore.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. He finds his running back, Mixon. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his second touchdown here this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
It is good.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Throw left side complete. It's Robinson. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
6-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Here I come. Here I come.
And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
Back to throw again. Buying time to his... And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
48, Mike. Check the out, check the out, check the out.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On third down, Jackson. And Adams has it, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Ravens.
From the gun, Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Flush to his right, and that is incomplete.
Jackson on the keeper. Thrown away and incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
10 yards to go.
To throw again is Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That third down conversion good for 23. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Flushed out right. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Mixon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half, and that trend is continuing here.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
48 for Mike. Nice, sweetheart.
Looking to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Hassan Reddick picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Another 3 and out.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They give him a gain of 37. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. On the run, this is Hilliard. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
Lining up for the
a strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now 1st downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. He's at the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play that time for the Ravens. 52 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now they run with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Flushed out right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Forced out to his left. His throw incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 9.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. They'll run on 1st down. Dixon. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Play action. Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It certainly has not been the outing that they envisioned on their home turf in the divisional round of the playoffs, and they have been pushed around, and now their backs against the wall. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He was looking for Albert Okuebunam was the target there, but it'll be 2nd down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target, and it'll bring up third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off Byron Jones, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Once again, they run with Mixon. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's
they go play action now. Jackson. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's still been able to make